What are batteries but just electron stores? There are two sides. On the positive side, it's lacking electrons. There's a lot of space for electrons on the positive side, but on the negative side, which is the bigger side, as you can see, it's packed with electrons. The reason it's negatively charged is because it's full of electrons, and each electron particle has a negative charge. All the electrons are doing is trying to get to the other side, get to the positive side of the battery where they can stretch out. You can see even batteries are painted so that they show this very physical wall between both sides of the battery. So the only way that those electrons can travel is if you give them a metal pathway to travel on, because they're not powerful enough to move through air. They can only move through metal. So if you take batteries and you provide a metal or conductive route for the electrons to travel, they will travel that route from the negative side of the battery to the positive side of the battery. And if you put something in their way, say like a light bulb, they will even go through that light bulb and make it glow. But of course, you don't want to always have to disconnect your circuit every time you want to turn this off, right? Every time you want to turn the light off. That would be like literally cutting the power cord to your lamp in your house, right? So we want to put a switch in there, and all the switch does is make a gap in the track. If there's a gap in the metal track, the electrons can't travel through that little gap of air, no matter how tiny it is. If we put this switch here, which is just a metal track with a little knob that enables you to disconnect it so that there's a gap in the track, when we disconnect it and turn the switch off, the electrons can't travel, so our light does not turn on. If we turn our switch on, then we're reconnecting the gap in the metal track, and the electrons, just like trains, can now flow. Electrons don't just power our lights and other things in our world. They also power our bodies in a process called the electron transfer chain. It takes a lot of electrons just to lift your arm, much less walk around and breathe and think. Where do all these electrons come from? Because of the chemicals that give them their color, brightly colored fruits and vegetables contain a lot of electrons and therefore give us a lot of power when we eat them. For more elementary STEM-related lesson plans and videos, check out www.melissarooney.com. And be sure to check out my Eddie the Electron children's picture book series published by Chicago Review Press, available on Amazon and eBay.